Okay, students. So we'll continue. So previously we had completed up to clause number 6. Okay, now we will move on with the clause number 7. So we have seen that clause number 6 is related to the advertisements and solicitation. Now clause number 7 is also related to advertisement. But how? A CA in practice is deemed to be guilty of professional misconduct if he advertises his professional attainments or services. Okay, so this is one thing. You should not advertise your attainments. Okay, and or that means another part uses this designation that as a medium of advertisement also you should not do, or expressions other than chartered accountant be on the visiting card, letterheads, signboards, etc., unless is the degree established by the law in India or recognized by the central government or title indicating the membership of the institute or any other institution that is recognized by the council or the central government. Okay, so there are two parts. One thing, you should not advertise your services or attainment. Second, you should use designation only called a chartered accountant and should not be using any other designation unless exceptions there are some degree of the university or any membership recognized by the council. Okay, already designation section 7 also we have seen. Similar thing we are going to cover here because section 7 only tells you that you should not use designation other than chartered accountant. But clause 7 gives more clarity about it. Then council guideline also will give you more clarity about it. Now, there is one exception. They said you cannot advertise your professional attainment, but one exception was given. Member in practice may advertise through a write-up. Write-up is more like a resume, setting out the services provided by him, particulars of his subject to which particulars of his firm, subject to which the guidelines have been issued. That means already advertisement guidelines have been issued. So it's not that completely you cannot advertise. You can do one limited advertisement, which is as per advertisement guidelines given by the ICA. That means you can prepare your resume. You can tell the what type of services you give, who are you, how many number of partners are there, how many, what type of services you specialize. So you can always do that. Okay, let us see what guidelines will talk about this particular thing. Okay, so this is what you need to quote everywhere whenever they ask about section 7, clause number 7. Yes, this clause prohibits advertising professional attainment of services. Yes, we have seen the first part. Second, however, there is an exception. It can be restricted by way of a write-up. Also, that means the second clause, this one, you should not use any designation other than chartered accountant. Through which the professional attainments, of the member would come to the notice of the public. So get yourself recognized as a CA. Yes, already we have seen some of the thing. In detail, we will study. So whenever any question comes on the designation, I suggest you rather than quoting section 7, you start quoting clause number 7 of part 1 first schedule. Now, other designations. Now, these are all ICA guidelines. It is improper because Act do not define. Act will tell only this much, finish. So, who will give you that explanations, clarifications? ICA will give you. Now, it is important to state that you are an income tax consultant, cost consultant, company secretary, management consultant, etc. Because these are all your designations. You are not supposed to tell. Then you can appear as a corporate lawyer. Members can appear before various authorities if company law board, income tax appellate tribunal, GST tribunal, etc. But you should not use the designation called a corporate lawyer. This is permitted. Appearing before the law board, tax tribunal is permitted, but not to use the designation called a corporate lawyer. Must not use the member of parliament, municipal councillor in addition to that chartered accountant. Means you can have another visiting card where you say you are a member of parliament. But chartered accountant plus MP should not be done because this thing can go down. Okay, because people may recognize MP as a more. No, we don't want that. Have two separate visiting cards. Then what other guidelines it gives? Yes, a member can imperil as an insolvency professional, registered valuer. Yes, you can mention insolvency professional, registered valuer, respectively on the visiting card and the letterhead. Like why students? Why this particular thing? You need to understand. When IBC came, you must have already studied in your SPOM. Now you need to have got one insolvency professional institution. And in India, how many institutions are there? Is the insolvency profession, is it restricted to ICA like accounting? Accounts plus audit is restricted to ICA only, chartered accountant. Nobody should be doing it. But insolvency practice can be done by anyone. So right now, there are three competing institutions in India who are going to train their members to be insolvency professionals. Who are they? ICA, ICSI, ICMA. These are the three institutes. That's why in order to promote, okay, more like CAs, they want to promote now to be more into these particular areas, because these are all something which has emerged now, which were not there. Means it was there, but it was not very clear. But today, proper designations have come into picture. People will recognize you can specialize. That's why they say that since ICA only handling this insolvency professional institution, they say, okay, this is our designations only. You call yourself chartered accountant also, you call it insolvency professional also, registered valuer also. But you are a registered valuer only for financial assets. I hope it's clear why they said you can call yourself as, because if you see who gives this designation to you, ICA only gives you. So is the two designations ICA only given. But a corporate lawyer, okay, member of the parliament, company secretary, these are all not the designations which is given by ICA. ICA gives only one, chartered accountant. Besides, once you complete certain course conducted by ICA, you will get two additional designations. Yes. Now, if you see, there is one exception here also, unless it's the degree of the university. Now, can you mention any degree of the university? Yes. You can, the members are permitted to mention on their visiting card, membership of foreign institutes of accountancy. Okay, this is told in section 7 also, which is recognized by the council. Now, who are those? Like South African Institute of Chartered Accountants. Okay, these are all coming from 1949. Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Ireland, CPA, and England and Wales. If you are a member of this, then you can mention that. Okay, SAIC, CPA, Ireland, ICWE. Okay, you can mention that. Membership of so and so organization. Now, can you set up date of setting up? Okay, one more thing, because it's the form of advertisement. Like whenever you see MTR, you see in the small words they will read 1924. That means we are there from 1924. More than 100 years we are there. So this brings trust. Now, can you mention such date of setting of practice? No. Date of setting of practice of the date of establishment of the firm should not be mentioned, because they said don't advertise yourself. Why you are telling everyone that? See, advertising is professional attainment. Okay, just because you are there 50 years, you give advertisement in the newspaper, congratulatory measure. But don't tell we are the number one, we are the oldest one. No, don't tell. Congratulations for completing 25 years. Enough. This is permitted by the council. But on your letterheads and all, you need not, or visiting card, you should not have the date of setting up of. Are you clear behind the logic behind it? Yes. Now, can you practice as an advocate? Obviously, you can practice, because there are some people who are LLB also, who are CA also. Now, members of the institute who are otherwise eligible to practice as advocate, otherwise means those one have completed LLB, subject to the permission of the bar council. If they permit it, you can practice. We don't have any problem. We will give you two COPs. One COP is there for CA, and you will have a practice like Harish Salve. Harish Salve is the chartered accountant also. He is an LLB also. He is an advocate also. But you should not use the designation chartered accountant and advocate together. Not to use the designation simultaneously. So you can have two visiting cards to practice as an advocate. Same thing with the company secretary and ICW also. Okay. Next role is the total. Company secretary cost management. See, we will permit you to simultaneously practice, because somebody is the CA. So can I take two COP? Yes, you can take two COPs. Is it a full-time practice? Yes, it is full-time practice. Have we permitted? Yes, we have permitted. Has ICSI permitted? If they are not permitted, then you cannot do it, because one of the institutions is stopping. So definitely, when we are permitting, they also must have permitted, because we are all three sisters now. Okay, CA, CS, CMA are the three sisters. Now, who are otherwise eligible to also practice as a company secretary and cost accountant, but not to use the designations simultaneously. Use the only one designation called chartered accountant. In the event of permission being granted for the members in practice also hold COP of sister council, it will be treated as a full-time practice. That means you can be practicing as a full-time advocate also, full-time lawyer also. Very nice. And for you, you will be a fantastic candidate for forensic accounting, because as a CA, you will investigate into fraud, and as an advocate, you will argue in the court. See, these are all the new avenues which are opening up. You understand both the domains now. One side you understand the law, another side you understand money. Otherwise, if you are just a forensic accountant, you can just collect the evidence, but you cannot go and present to the court. You have to give to another advocate who will present it to the court. Because other than advocates, nobody is permitted to enter the court. Please argue in the court. Now, can you mention the firm name? Mention the firm name except on professional document. So it is not proper to firm of chartered accountants for firm to use the designation chartered accountant except on the professional documents, visiting card, letterheads, and signboards. Only 4 places you have been told. On professional documents, like your letterheads, you can tell, visiting cards, you can tell, signboards, you can tell that you are chartered accountants. Other professional documents, I can say audit report. There you can say chartered accountants. However, an individual may affix the CA with his name. B. A CA in practice is a partner in 3 firms. Okay, now where this is going to come? While printing his personal letterhead, he gave name of all the 3 firms. Okay, his personal letterhead. It is a partner in EY, partner in PW, partner in KPMG. Can you tell that? Yes, you can tell. Because we don't have any problem in mentioning the firm name in your professional document, visiting card, letterhead, and signboard. That's it. These 4 places you are permitted to mention the firm name. And you can tell designation chartered accountants. Now, Mr. M, CA in practice has printed visiting card, which other also carries one QR code. You see in the exam how they can ask you. Why QR code? Because today's day in the mobile you scan, every data will be captured, your mobile number, email ID, everything. Now it will contain the name of the office, residential address, contact and email ID, and name of the firm's website. Now comment with respect to CA, is there any professional misconduct? Because he has got the firm's website. No, he is not guilty, because Ethical Standard Board has permitted to mention the QR code on the visiting card. You can have that QR code on the visiting card. So you can mention now, okay, first of all, you need to tell about clause number 7, that any professional attainments and other things, other designations you should not be using. Now QR code is what? Is it a different designation or something I should not have told? We don't have a clarity. So someone must have asked Ethical Standard Board, because they only told, you have got confusion, please ask. Now they told, no, you can use it. Now let us see, is there any Q&A to here? Yeah, let us finish clause number 7, then we can see. Notice in the press related to the success in the examination, advertisement. You see, today, once you clear CA final exam, and if you observe, it's the only CA exams, when you clear, your name will be put in the newspaper. Is there any other examination when you clear? Okay, you have got the CET, NEET, professional entrance exams, I agree. But other than that, do you see any exams where on you clearing, your name will be published in the newspaper? See, that itself shows how much it's a matter of pride. It becomes news because it gets recognized. Okay. Now, when your name and photo is put in the newspaper that you have cleared a chartered accountancy exam, your firm can take advantage of it. Well-known firm, thank you, congratulations. The question comes, can your firm congratulate and put that new photo and your details of the firm in the newspaper? Yes. Now, notice in the press relating to the success in the examination, you can do it, but should not contain undesirable publicity. That means well-known firm has trained this person. No. Either in relation to the article assistant or member or the firm to whom they have served. Because what can happen, one of the member who is also a partner may clear, say, DSA exams. So don't give advertisement in the newspaper to seek that publicity. Okay, congratulations to the member who have completed DSA. That's also one of the exam. Now, it is usual for the local newspapers to publish the examination success. Some biographical information, interviews are going to happen, candidate's name, school, background, examination, prize, place gained, etc. Place gained, the name of the principal, firm, and the town may be published. That's why whenever you see any newspaper coming, they will have so many things. Okay, if they have got secured rank, also they will have so many things coming about their background, name, which school, which college, whatever. But when it comes to the audit firm, you see only the name of the firm, name of the principal, and the town in which it will be that information will be given. So it becomes the responsibility of the principal to tell their article students, look, the moment you clear, okay, so many things can come. Okay, don't give me undesired publicity, because that it may sound like, okay, students may do on their own, out of the gratitude, they may explain, they can praise your firm more, but it may be seen as a undesirable publicity which the firm only might have given. See, from another point of view, we can assume, no, the firm only must have pushed the student, okay, tell my name and all, tell we are giving opportunities, so many places, we are, because podcast can happen. So there you tell that we give very good working condition for the article student. No, such type of things should not be done, because ICA can look this as an undesirable publicity and they can punish you. Now, reports and certificates, because you will issue different reports, certificate, and your name will come. So now what I can do, I can publish that report in the newspaper. No, that is also you should be careful. So reports and certificate will bring the chartered accountant in notice. So extent and the manner of publication should be limited. It should serve its purpose. Members note that they should be use the letterhead of their firm for issuing the report. So when you are issuing your letterhead, so letterhead will have certain set of data. Your phone number will be there, your address will be there. So see, you have stopped me from putting newspaper advertisement. Why can't I tell my client, you publish this annual report in the my audit report in the newspaper, certificate in the newspaper. See, first of all, you will also come to know, everybody will come to know. Oh, so I told no that Salman Khan's Aishwarya Rai's marriage. Okay, I came to know that Mangala marriage bureau do exist. Similarly, put my audit report in the newspaper. You have put that. I don't have any problem. You will come to know. People will start trusting you. But through you, even I will also become known to the public. No, that's why you have to take care. You should not get into such type of things, because see, people, ICA will review it. Is it desirable? Okay, quarterly review. That is SEBI mandate only, that put it in the newspaper. And you are a local company, and requirement was to put in the local newspaper. Why you are putting in the national newspaper? See, this type of instances shows that you are trying to get that publicity. That's why be careful. Appearance of chartered accountant on electronic media, internet. Okay, already we have seen similar things. Member may appear on television. That means you can take part in the TV serial. You can be a hero or heroine. You can come on the internet, on the broadcast, radio. You can sing song, give lectures. Okay, and may give their name and describe themselves as a chartered. Why? Because this brings pride to us. Imagine if, who is that? Prabhas. Okay, who is the hero of Bahubali? If he is a chartered accountant and he says, I am a chartered accountant. Chartered accountancy gets publicity now. Because a lot of people may follow, oh, Prabhas is chartered accountant, so I also want to become chartered. Because somebody may have a big, they will have a big fan base. So when you become successful, quote that you always tell that you are chartered accountant. Because this increases the dignity or pride of the institute. Okay, they can also see, look, being chartered accountant, where they go. And today we take a pride that CEOs or CEOs of many big companies are chartered accountants. So we always want them to tell that they are chartered accountant. Special qualifications, specialized knowledge directly related to the subject matter can be given, because if I have been invited in one TV interview on systems or automations, AI, and I am also an AICA certificate holder, then I can tell that, because people will be more attentive when they listen to me, rather than chartered accountant plus so qualification. These are degree. Firm name can be mentioned, however, exaggerated claim should not be made. Okay, I can just tell about the name of the firm. Whatever he may say or write must not be promotional of his firm or him or the firm, must be objective professional view. Suppose when I tell AI, I should talk about the AI thing. I can tell what we are doing in the field of AI, so that brings an awareness for someone. Okay, we will say that, look, we are using AI today for doing this type of work. And what is that? Why I have told about this? That I have applied this AI in my life or in my profession like this, because I'm bringing one professional view on the topic. I'm encouraging people to adopt AI, but I'm trying to tell as a matter of promotion. See, anybody will understand shoots. It's not a specialized skill is not required, because when someone is trying to boost themselves, okay, when they are trying to genuinely trying to tell someone, okay, what anybody will understand when somebody is trying to listen. Okay, the moment majority of the time he repeats again and tell, we our firm has done this, our firm has done this. The third time they repeat, no, they understand. Okay, your intention is to promote your firm, not to talk on the topic here. Okay, so publicity is promoted where you hold the position of local and national importance. Like, say, for example, Aadhaar board. Who is the head? Nandan Nilekani. NEET exam board. Who is the head here? Nandan Nilekani. Okay, he's an engineer, but imagine if you would have been a chartered accountant. And imagine a chartered accountant is appointed as the head of Aadhaar by the government of India. See, this shows how much trust government holds on our profession. Then they say that please publicize. So they request Nandan Nilekani, whenever you tell in any interview, tell that you are chartered accountant. So it is desirable that you tell the membership of the institute, but don't see to it that you are getting personal advantage out of it. If you are a practicing firm, don't bring your practice there. Obviously, students at this level, no, people don't like money. They are not behind the money. They have already crossed that stage. Their stomach is full. They don't know probably what to do with the existing money. So their objective is more into the public service only at that stage. Definitely they know what responsibility they have got. Members giving talks, attending conferences may describe themselves as chartered accountant only when they are acting in their capacity as chartered accountant. Reference to the professional firm should not be given. Like TV, radio, broadcasting, viewer is not known, okay, about who is talking. To attract the attention, you can mention the chartered accountant with the special qualification with the firm name. Because when you see someone, you don't know who are they. So now what to do? You can say chartered accountant. Okay, people say, 100 chartered accountants are there. But you say that I am a partner in EY. Chalo. Now you become more attentive. Because EY is the number one audit firm among big four. Now, what is the intention of telling the firm name here? Not to give publicity to your firm name, is to attract the attention of the viewers so that they will listen to you. They will be much more attentive. Now, when you talk on the seminar, viewer is already selected because attendees know who is speaking. That's why you mention that you are chartered accountant, but don't bring the firm name. You see, understand the difference here. When you talk about the publicity here, when they say you appear on the television, TV, internet, you tell your qualification, you tell your firm name. What is the logic there? Because people don't know who you are, and you are talking to a huge number of people. But a seminar is a very small, because personally people are present there. They know when somebody is sitting there. They may be knowing to each other. There you can tell chartered accountant, not the firm name. Now, organizing training course seminars for his staff, you can do it. Obviously, you can do holding training course seminar, not only for your staff, okay, but the staff of the clients also can attend. And other chartered accountants also can attend. But can you use this as an advertisement? Like, see, you publish, no, you give training. You see in WhatsApp status, and now somebody will say, we are giving training on this same, this particular thing. See, now when you constantly bring that, now that may sound like one advertisement. The undue prominence should not be given to the name of the firm in any booklet or document, because you give one booklet, you build the firm name and hand over that booklet. Your clients will take it back, and it will like an advertisement you are doing. No, this is also not permitted. You can conduct the training, but no advertisement in the booklet. Writing articles or letters to the press. See, this is what we have already seen, students, somewhere. Yeah, but we ignore that today. Now only we will see. You have to quote clause number 7. You can write the articles to the press and use the designation called a chartered accountant, but not the name of the firm. Signboard. Yes, with regard to the signboard, you have to exercise your own discretion, keeping in mind the appropriate visibility and illumination. Use of glow signs and light not permitted. Large signboards also not permitted. Used by the traders and shopkeepers. You see, no, that lights switch off, switch on, switch off, switch off happens. Red color highlighted, put on the top of the tower. No, such type of things. Have you seen any chartered accountant who have put that? No, because they are bound by the signboards. The name board at the place of his residence should have only the name of the chartered accountant and not of the firm. Already we have seen when we talk about the branch. So you can have one more name board at the place of your residence, but not at the firm name. Now, one more question. Can you be a director? Yes. Can we make the public as an announcement of a director? Okay. Now, what can happen? See, the council has been attention has been drawn to the fact that more and more companies are appointing chartered accountants as their directors on the board. Why? Because one side, when you are becoming an independent director, you may be a member of the audit committee. So you will give directions. You will talk about the internal controls. You give your views about the business perspectives, about the strategies. Because that's why from the bookkeepers, we have become the strategic partners of the business today. More and more firms see CFO for banking institution must be a CA. Qualification must be a CA for bank. And if you pick any listed entities, CFO is a CA. Audit committee, definitely there will be a CA. So what it is showing that we have shifted ourselves from the bookkeepers to a strategic positions. Now, since you are one very famous CA and the company comes with the prospectus, what can happen? The company's prospectus for IPO or FPO often publish the description of the chartered accountant's expertise, specialization, knowledge, because they say that so and so person is a director. Because when you are giving money, see, you are giving money based on decision of someone, and who are the decision making authority? Board of directors. So if you tell so and so chartered accountant is there in our board, it gives the confidence. Now, people, the companies will put their specialization, knowledge, etc. Now, one question came: can we do this? Is it a violation of clause number 6 and 7? Now, they said that in order that the inclusion of the name of the member in the prospectus, is it a violation? No, it does not contravene the violation of the provision. That means, yes, you can be a director of the company and your name could be published in the prospectus, because the idea here is, see, if we don't permit, you go behind the logic. Tomorrow, if you say, no, this CS name should not be permitted, then CS will not be appointed as a directors. They do not enter into the board of directors. See, if tomorrow more and more CS are not finding the place in the board of directors, instead company secretaries will find, see, you lose the strategic edge. That's why ICA has permitted those independent directors' name to be published in the prospectus. Right? However, it is necessary to take necessary steps to ensure that prospectus do not advertise the professional attainments. Now, what can happen, students? See, understand the intention of the ICA. Why ICA permitted your name to be published in the prospectus? Because if it is not permitted, tomorrow you may not get that entry into the board of directors. So ICA wants chartered accountant should be part. But if you are the part of the board of directors, then company will ask why I should include you if I don't get any advantage from your name. I am including you because of your name only. Any chartered accountant I am not including. You are a very respected person in your society there. People trust you. That's why I want to include you. Please include. But the moment you see that ICA has given an exemption, this chartered accountant can tell you, please put this type of achievement and all. Okay, so this chartered accountant is 100-year-old. So many type of achievements you can. He has found Satyam fraud. Now, what you are doing? This CA is trying to take advantage for himself. The objective is different. Why it was permitted, but somebody is taking advantage. That's why you should not advertise your professional attainment and do not or directly indirect amount to solicitation. So how to do it? So first you need to ask for a draft and go through yourself and see that your name has been published in a context of IPO only and not your personal publicity. It may be difficult to lay down the rigid rules. Members must use their own judgment, okay, in the above circumstances. So it is advisable Whenever you are appointed as a director, you should specifically invite attention to the management of the company about this particular issue and should request them that before you give any prospectus to the public, you send this draft to me and get it approved from me, because I am going through these issues. Tomorrow you will put my professional attainment, you will take from my website and put this. See, I have to face these professional misconduct issues. So what you first only tell them in writing that without my consent, please don't publish the prospectus. I will at least go through what you have told. Now, can I tell chartered accountant? Yes, definitely, because when Are Baba director, such a company, chartered accountant, it's a pride to institute also. However, members should ensure that description about the experience, specialization, and knowledge in a particular field, other appellations and adjectives are not published with his name. So you tell chartered accountant your name, and director and so company. Very good. Good publicity for institute. But there, if you are trying to bring your specialization, your knowledge, your attainment, your other appeal, adjective, see, your publicity is given to your other things. So what I say is, look, if you are more famous like an advocate, you are trying to add that adjectives or appellations other than along with the chartered accountant, then call yourself advocate only. No, why you want to call yourself as a chartered accountant? So let the company put an IPO, Nagabhushan by advocate. Now whatever you want to tell. Don't have any problem. Tell your professional attainment. Now your firm name is not coming into picture. You are not using that particular measure as a way to advertise yourself. But if you want to advertise, if you want to tell, you tell, drop out this advocate. Tell yourself you are chartered accountant and your name. At least when someone looks at it, they already know you personally and they say, oh, chartered accountant. That means that pride comes there. I hope the intention of the IC is clear. Particular directorship held by the member in other companies can be given. So if you are a director in more companies, just like if you are a partner in multiple firms, in your letter you can mention, you can tell other companies also. Because, okay, for example, you are already a director in Reliance Industries, and there is one new company called XYZ, one startup. They will appoint you as a promoter, director, independent director. Now, why XYZ Limited? Okay, this director, why they appointed you? Because already you are director of Reliance. Tomorrow when this IPO goes, they say, I am the director of Reliance. Then you being the director of this startup makes more sense. And you are telling chartered accountant also. People trust you more. And since you being independent director there, so you can always walk out. And that is going to have implications on this company. So you can tell that you are a director in other places, but the name of the firm of chartered accountant should not be given. So personal attainments, name of the firm, not permitted. I hope students we are very clear. And you know what is the intention of ICAI also here. Offer document of the listed company in which Mr. D was practicing as a director. Mention the name as a director along with the professional attainments and the peers. No, not permitted. You are not supposed to mention the professional attainments. Now, networking firms and networking guidelines. Yes, can you do a network? Yes, you can make a network and may advertise to the extent permitted by the council guidelines. Okay, all these advertisement guidelines, networking guidelines, we will see later. Okay, now can you use a logo? Okay, leave this, the first part of the word. Yes, see, once upon a time, logo was permitted, but people started to take logo as a means of advertisement. First of all, the use of logos by the members on the visiting card decided that logos unconnected with the firm letter, first letters of the name, should not be permitted. So, if my name is Nagabhushan and I have a firm, I will create N something like this. This is my logo or a monogram. Now it looks very different and people remember. See, LG, they remember this. Domino's Pizza, they remember this. This one picture will represent a logo. Okay, so initial days people were using like this. Then, and okay, if I'm using this, it is permitted because it's connected with my name. But unconnected names, letters, symbols were used initial days. Then later regulation 190 said that this is not permitted. You should not be using it. Though engineered name has been seeking to obtain the firm approval, the name of the partners selected in the manner that the logo of the firm would be identical to the first name, otherwise being permissible for the logo. Okay, first theory part, not applicable to you today. Means once upon a time anything could have been used, you used different logo, then people said no, you should be connected with your name. Then your name only you started to present in a different way. Now, what is the present status today? In order to ensure the compliance with the council guidelines, okay, forget about the first part. You start reading and you start mentioning this in the exam. I said very clearly, use of any logo, monogram of any kind of form. Okay, so what is this logo or monogram? I can just show you if it is there. Okay, monogram is like one picture, style, design, color, whatsoever on any display material or media. Example, paper stationery, letterheads, visiting cards, magnetic devices, internet, signboard, website. You should not be using anywhere, are prohibited by the members or by the firm. So first of all, logo, monograms, everything is disconnected. So you cannot use any logo, any style. Your name of the firm only you cannot write in a different way. Like for example, I can pick my name NPK, Nagabhushan Pai K and Co. Now you didn't use permitted me to use N. You didn't permit me to use X or Z. Then I can use this particular name only in a different way. No, this type of name also in a different style or color should not be used. Not in your website, magnetic devices, internet, anywhere. Printing of the member or the firm name or any manner is also prohibited, which tantamount to logo. So like for example, EY, see they have typed their name. Okay, that is different story. Because when EY is there, EY is operating through network. Say for example, Bartley Boy and Co. They are the audit firms who are representing EY. That also should amount to logo or monograms are prohibited. Now, instead, people realize, okay, we will have one common unique logo. So ICA came on with one unique logo. Let everybody use this logo. And you know that logo now. ICA in 2023 used a new CA India logo because there was one CA logo like this. It was like this, CA. Later, they brought CA India with the three colors. Okay, orange, white and green. Logo consists of letter CA in blue color. It should be always in blue color, not in the red color. With a tricolor tick mark upside down with the white in the background. India is also added to the logo, okay, showing that you are connected to the India First approach. Okay, and they have given one logo guidelines which is given at the end. We will see that also. So we have seen network guidelines, advertisement guidelines, logo guidelines, which are given later. Now, what about the guidelines for elected members of the council, office bearers of the regional council, like for example, your Mangalore chairman, your central SARC council members, your ICI committee members, chairman of the board of studies. See, these are all the elected members. Now, can't they take this as an place way to advertise themselves? Like, I am a chairman of Mangalore branch. See, you get to be known by so many people now. So, why don't you take that as an what's it called, medium to advertise? Can you do that? Okay, now let us see what is the guideline for these people in the context of designation, manner of printing letterheads and visiting card. Now, guidelines, directions have been given for the council members also, and the manner of printing letterheads and visiting card of the president, vice president of the institute, members of the council, chairman of various standing committees of the institute like examination board, okay, your AI board, your CPE board, whatever, chairman or the office bearers of the regional council like Mangalore chairman, Sikasa chairman, chairman of the office bearers of the managing committees of the branches are appearing in appendix F of the code of ethics. Okay, so there is one separate guidelines given, which is given in appendix F. Okay, previously it was there, part of the study material. Okay, I think they have removed it. We'll see. If it comes, we will see. So this was the guidelines. Like for example, letterhead. Institute will print the letterhead of the presidents. Okay, you cannot print it yourself. With the institute, with the emblem, without their personal address. See, this is what I should. So tomorrow you go for any press conference, or you go anywhere, you meet top people there. You meet industrialists. So definitely you share your visiting card. So that visiting card will be represented by ICA president and vice president with the institute logo and emblem without your personal address. Regional council letterhead for the official use of the chairman with the designation without their names. You say chairman, Mangalore branch, no name. Other office bearers should have used the common letterhead. No member of the council of any branch shall print any letterhead in the position held in the committees or member. That means in a personal letterhead, you should not have the positions held there. That I am the committee member, I am the treasurer, I am the branch head, I am the branch chairman. No. Okay, ICA only provide you that letterheads. ICA only will provide. So tomorrow, if you are making one representation to the Chamber of Commerce, so you as a chairman of Mangalore branch, you should be using the letterhead given by the ICA only, where your name is not there, but you say Mangalore branch chairman. Now, what about the visiting card? Head office will print the visiting card of president, vice president, etc. Or branches will print the visiting card for the elected members. These are to be used for the official work of the members, and they should not print it themselves. Okay, institute is going to give. The designation vice president, president, chairman, etc. will be used, and no other designations will be permitted. Full-term council members, cards of the members of the national and international bodies, even at the personal cost is also not. Suppose you are the member of IFAC. No, in your personal or any other international bodies or national bodies, Lions Club and all, no, you are not supposed to permit. Address of the ICA branch will be printed on the visiting card. Residential address will be printed on the back side without the name of the firm. Okay. Visiting card has to be returned on the expiry of the tenure. So if anything is unused, you have to hand it over back. So have you seen so many guidelines? You may not have been knowing about it from the outside. It will not come. You will not come to know. That's why practice is very difficult. At the end, no, in the practice you have to survive. They say give good service. That's the only way to survive. Anyhow, today the word is different. Today advertisement is required. That's why some relaxation also has been given. Anyhow, so they told something in the appendix F. Okay, I don't know whether they have given in the study material or not. We'll see as we proceed further. Okay, sure. So there are some illustrations. A practicing chartered accountant uses the visiting card. He designation himself as tax consultant. No, designation. So clause number 7 you have to write. And they said, no, it is improper to use tax consultant, management consultant, etc. You should be using only designation. So he is guilty of professional misconduct. Then chartered accountant was a partner in 3 firms. Okay, we already seen. And in his letter, he gave the firm name of all the 3. Yes, he is not guilty because he can mention it. We have seen this. An offer document listed company D as a practicing chartered accountant. He is the director. Mention the name of the D as a director along with the professional attainment. This is not permitted. You can tell you are a director, you are a chartered accountant. But okay, now you will tell clause number 7 and then council guidelines. So you should tell that, okay, this is the clause says that you should not be using your designation as an advertisement, solicitation and all you should not be doing. So you will be held guilty of professional misconduct because you are told about your professional attainments. Empaneled as an insolvency professional. And you mentioned on the lettering visiting head that you are an insolvency professional. A person residing in the neighbor filed a complaint that he is a chartered accountant and mentioned as an insolvency professional also. Then clause number 7 and ICA guidelines which said that along with the chartered accountant, insolvency professional can be mentioned. Okay, so in the given case, complaint is not enforceable. So what is the question here? Is the complaint enforceable? Then tell complaint is not enforceable. Is he guilty? He is not guilty. Okay, students? I hope it's clear. Yes. Okay, so we'll quickly see these questions also. Rival CA in practice delivered a speech of national conference. While addressing the audience, he informed he is a management expert, firm provides the service, taxation, etc. Requested to audit the approach. See, very clear-cut case of an advertisement. So clause number 6 also you should say you should not solicit, and clause number 7 also you should not use your professional attainment. So in the conference you called yourself as a management expert, rendering service. Yes, you are considered as a guilty. Practicing CA told you are a tax consultant, cost accountant, not permitted, clause number 7, and say it is improper. to use these designations. Ramesh, practicing CA, recently ordered a new set of visiting card letterheads. He made the following changes. Change the background from white to grey to match the firm color theme. Reduce the size of the logo to fit the smaller area. Replace the word India. This is wrong. This you can do. Add a gradient effect to the blue color. This is also not permitted. You should use the logo as it is. Minor changes are not permitted. Okay. So in the given case, so first you can talk about the clause number 7 and logo guidelines. First tell that theory. Now there should not be no alteration to the font, color, etc. of the logo. Don't change the design. Do not rotate it. Do not shrink it. There should not be shrunk or distorted, changing its original proportion. Okay, you can reduce it, but it should not change the original proportion. So in the given case, he is guilty of professional misconduct because he has tampered with the logo, removed the word, okay, change its background. This type of things you should not do. Okay, these conditions we will learn later, students. Now, chartered accountant, firm of 3 partners. Okay, to illustration 12 we have seen. Director, illustration 13 also we have seen. Illustration 14 also we have covered. Yes, with this we are done with the clause number 7. Yes, sure. So we will continue in the evening.